Okay, so I'm taking today off from working out because it's almost 11 o'clock at night and I just got home from a shoot. I was at the college from like noon until 7:30, and then we shot till 9 and I'm beat. So I'm using it as an excuse, even though I'm very against using anything as an excuse for working out. But today I'm just beat. I literally can't get up off my ass, so I'm sorry. And while I feel like I'm letting you guys down and letting myself down, I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about another goal that I'm trying to bring closer to the forefront of my channel a little bit. And my other goal for 2017 that was to make this short film that I've had in my brain for ages. So this short film, I don't want to give too much away right now because I do want to make a video about the project once there's more known about the project. I haven't approached anybody for any extra help. I've literally only spoken to John Villagomez, who kind of helps me develop stories and helps me. He's like the guy I turn to and say, here's the piece of garbage that I just wrote, can you turn it into gold? And not actual gold, of course, but like as close to gold is as humanly possible by the two of us who have the experience that we have. So John is literally the only other person who has got their hands into this project other than myself. And there's a reason for that, is because I want to have most of, if not all of the planning done for this project before I start approaching people and saying, I got this project I'm working on, come work on it with me, and then just say you have all this tons of stuff to do. I want to get a lot of the heavy lifting done before I start approaching anybody. So right now the rough outline is done. I've done 2 outlines now for the current version of the story, because there's been several versions the past year and a half, 2 years that I've gone through, and now this year I'm just saying, get it done, give yourself deadlines, just make it happen. And no more excuses, no more like, I gotta rewrite this because this isn't the story that is gold. It's never gonna be gold. It will be what it will be. It can't be anything if I don't get it done, and if I keep saying the story isn't good enough, the story isn't good enough, it's just not gonna happen. Basically, those are just excuses. Guess what? Excuses. Can't have them. Even though today I have an excuse for not working out. So I want to give a brief sort of summary of the project and the story and the scope. Basically, I want to make a short film for this much money and make it the best it can be. The most inspiring story, the most compelling, interesting characters and story. I want to make something special without spending a whole bunch of money and like I said, the story has a lot of iterations, and I'm kind of grabbing from each iteration and other stories that I've tried to write in the past and kind of melding them into this short film that can be relatable to basically myself. And the way I see it is, if it's relatable to me, chances are it's relatable to other people. So there's a main sort of theme in the film, and it's kind of this theme of identity and who am I, and identity and growth, that, you know, I think that anybody that makes anything suffers with some sort of personal identity, because chances are if you make stuff, if you make like videos for example, you're watching other people's videos. If you're making films, you're watching other films and doing what you thought was good in the other films, and basically just trying to one-up yourself and one-up the other people making films. So it's a struggle that is very real to basically any content creator or basically anybody on the planet, is this idea of identity and not knowing where you fit in and not really understanding who you are as a person. It's a very real struggle for a lot of people, and the more in depth I get into the script and into the story, the more I want to make this sort of theme, this overall kind of idea kind of shine through. And the idea of growth is just seeing this character start at one place, and I mean it's a general thing for all films, but you see a character at one point, and then you see, if you compare it to that same character to the character at the end of the film, there's like a huge growth, and I really want to emphasize on that growth and show how people can very well change and grow, and just there's a lot of stuff going into this film that I wish I could say, like, it'd be so much easier to just explain the film and then let you interpret it, but I don't want to explain the story before I make it, and then what's the point in watching it if you already know the story? So like I said, I don't have a lot of information on the story right now. I have a title, and it's called The Water Girl. That's it. That's all I will say as far as that's concerned. I won't say like the setting, I won't say anything else other than the title. Like I said, I haven't approached anybody about anything aside from John helping me develop the story. And I've already kind of thought of who I want to play the main character, who I want to play the supporting characters, who I want to crew on it, and yeah, there's a lot going into it that a lot of thought has been put into. Does that make any sense? Basically, I've been thinking about this story for a good, 2 years now. I've had a lot of time to think about how it's actually going to be made and the people that are going to be required to make it. But the goal of $0 would be excellent. I realize I'm going to have to spend some money on it, of course, but the least amount of money possible to make this film possible would be excellent. Basically, I want to tell a story that is intriguing, somewhat different, and most of all just compelling and relatable. So if I can do that, great. If not, I'm gonna learn from, hopefully not the crappy film that is made out of this and then bring it into future films. But hopefully the goal is to make it somewhat decent and then take the good and the bad and learn from that on the next film. But yeah, I guess this vlog is really not fitness oriented at all. I just wanted to sit down and talk about the film project that is just drilling a hole in my brain basically for several hours every day. But yeah, hopefully, I don't know about distribution, I don't know about posting it on my channel on YouTube, or there's a lot of thought still going into a lot of it. So basically all I can say is the title is The Water Girl, the script is nearing its first draft, the scene breakdowns are done, basically all the story outline stuff is done. Now it's just up to me to take all that stuff and turn it into a script for the film. The first draft, and then the second draft, and then there'll probably be 3 drafts, and then the final draft, which will be once everything's all done and the story is locked, and it's a lot of work ahead. But yeah, it's something I'm very, very much looking forward to. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, very sorry for not working out today. Very sorry to myself for not working out today. I'm going to work out twice as hard tomorrow. I promise. And you can hold me to that. The vlog will be better tomorrow. But thanks for listening to me ramble for all this time. And yeah, I guess you let one goal kind of sink, but you work on another. I guess, I don't know, it works. I'm glad to get you guys up to speed on how my film's somewhat progressing. It's January, there's lots of months left in the year. Hopefully I can get it made. Fingers crossed. I'm making it. I'm gonna get it made. It's happening.